Many time for still stay with us on Global Television. It's a big talk, another edition. Today we'll be taking a look at the journey of an entrepreneur in the world of business and of course how the inflation under Bola Tinubu'S government is really affecting some local brands and businesses here in Nigeria. Nwachukwu Emmanuel Leonard, who is the CEO and MD of Club Bauer, joins me for this edition of Convention. Good to have you join us on the show. Yeah, so give us a bit. How has been business so far? You understand you've been in the world of entertainment, trying to create funds for people over there at Delta State. How has this been so far? You know, quite because of the difference between then and now that things seems to be very hard for Nigerians.
Well, for now, I would say we thank God. If I want to compare business before and now,
yeah,
I would say a lot of small business is becoming slower. Let me start from power. Our major problem is power. Like we run a nightclub, we need lights, and we don't have 24 hours electricity. So I think a lot of money we make, we need to spend so much on getting diesel and
diesel is very costly right now.
Yeah, the current cost of diesel, what they're saying Delta for now is 1,650, and fuel is around 700 depending on the area you're buying from. So if you spend average of let's say 200 to 300,000 weekly on diesel alone, if you're doing that for 4 weeks, that's around 800 to 1.2 million. That's the cost of powering your club alone, you know. So sometimes if you don't sell up to certain amount, you notice you're running at a loss. But it was easier when the cost for petrol and diesel
was quite
low. And we have other things that are really challenging the businesses. So I think as we go on,
we're going to proceed. So let me start. What motivated you into business? Because we've seen how the president said that Nigerian youth are lazy. Once the president said that Nigerian youth are lazy, but what inspired you to go into business as a young Nigerian? What, not waiting for government for jobs and all of that?
I think the former president said that. And that's not correct, actually. Because if you want to talk about hard work, Nigerian guys, young people in Nigeria, we are very hardworking. There is no country you go to, you don't see Nigerian people doing well. There is no country, there is no place you go to. We're always doing well. For me, what motivated me into business, let me say nightclub business, actually. I have one of my uncles stays in Europe. So then I was in school, I was like, oh, I love club business. I've been to the club. So then I was like, club makes a lot of money. I've been to a few clubs, because I am trying to judge from what we spend in club. I'm like, these guys are making so much money. So I told my uncle, since you have this money, try to build a club. Do it in Delta. If you cannot do it in Delta, probably do it in Abuja or Lagos. I am sure you'll be making some money from it. So later on, I was opportune to make some money. So I'm like, oh, let me just do this. I've always advised my uncle to do this. Let me just start from somewhere. I started from the club business. Not like I really have plans to do only the club business. No, I have other businesses I am already working on and I plan to open later on. So I love good life. So if you love good life and you want to stay at the top, I think you should just be hardworking. You need to do something to climb to the top.
I understand that as a young Nigerian, you may have actually faced some challenges in business, you know, managing, staff, resources and all of this. How are you able to do? Even your staff, every month they want you to pay them.
Yeah, that is it. Let me talk of that. One of my major one of the major problem I have is working with people who are older than me. Sometimes you just try to give directives, you do this. Somehow, I don't know how some people will be like, oh, you're not supposed to talk to me this way. You're not supposed to talk to me.
But this is a business
so this is my business. So what I end up doing is I try to direct them through my manager, who is older than myself.
But understands you.
Yeah. My manager cannot tell me, oh, because you're younger than me, you cannot give me this directive. So that's like sometimes there was a day I got frustrated because I sent somebody to do something for me and the person was grumbling because the age gap is just there, and they felt like, oh, he should not talk to me this way, and so that is just it.
It's quite a major challenge, but you've been able to manage all of these moving forward,
that is it.
trying to create a good environment for people to, work, in a conducive environment for people to work and all of that.
Yeah, at some
what
point,
has been your leadership so far displayed on the business?
So far, so good. I always, what I do mostly, I try to listen to what other people have to say. But at some point, since you don't have to welcome what everybody is saying, so we do meetings. Most times I'm not usually around. I have other things to do. I have school and all other things to do. So we do meetings and we listen to other people and what they have to say, and
take decision.
I take decision, and my manager, I leave him to do the main thing.
Because we need to look at some of these bottlenecks in business. Away from that, look at what the government are doing. Have you seen business under President Tinubu? Some of the policies is giving, some of working and the CBN policies and all of that. Is it friendly to working environment of Nigerians? Is it encouraging businesses in Nigeria? Because recall, you had to tell your uncle to start investing money from US or UK down to Nigeria. Is it really worth doing that? Can you still get to call a lot of people from abroad? Oh, there's a lot of opportunities here in the country. Come and invest. How can you look at the policies so far made by the president?
Well, for me, I love Nigeria so much. I can't advise anyone not to invest in Nigeria.
So at always, you are very patriotic.
I don't even have any plans to go to any other country to do business. If I'm going out, if I'm traveling, it's just for vacation, and I will stay there and come back.
You're very passionate about this country.
If you have the money to invest in Nigeria, do it. You talked about how I think the major thing that is affecting us is this dollar rate. And we have a major problem in Nigeria. If dollar is going up, prices for goods keeps going up. But if the dollar rate now start to come down, the prices for goods remains there. I don't know what's happening. If you check, and when I think late last month, the prices of dollar rate was around 1,900 per dollar.
And reduced.
And cost for drinks went up, so we have to adjust what we are selling because we sell based on what we are buying. But now the price for the dollar rate is going down to around 1,400, between 1,400 to 1,500. But the prices for those drinks, the prices we are buying still remains the same. And now we cannot reduce what we are selling because where we are buying from, they are giving to us with that same price. Now our customers are now complaining, oh,
the drinks are still high.
The dollar rate is down. Why are you selling
at this
to us? So
does that bring us to the fact that government are not regulating, prices?
That's what I want to talk about. So it's a major problem regulating price of goods in Nigeria. So it's a major problem because there is no way we are buying high and you expect us to sell lower because if we do it, we'll run at a loss. So that is just
because every intention of a business person is to make profit.
So for the government, I think there is a lot of work to do. The government, there is a lot of work to do. Price regulating, if the CBN can regulate the dollar rate and do so many other things. I think we need a good economist in the country to help the country.
Situation.
And if the government can give us 24 hours electricity, it's going to help the country, not just the business people.
Yeah, every other sector.
It's going to help almost every other. The only people I know that might probably lose out are those into sales for generator and all those lines and solar lights and all of that. But if you want to weigh it, if we have 24 hours electricity, it's going to benefit more number of people. And for those other people that are into generator sales and all of that, they will adapt. You just give them 1 year, 2 years, they will adapt
to other businesses.
So that is just it.
Because it will open room for more investment.
If we have 24 hours lights, definitely security security will be better. Let me give an example now for my club. We have CCTV there. So if you have 24 hours light, wherever you are, you can monitor what's going on there. And CCTV is on record.
Because if the light trips off, abnormalities do happen at that spot.
Yeah, you don't know what happens that time. So even if something now happens, they want to investigate it. So the investigation becomes more difficult. So that is just it. The government can do the power thing, regulate prices for things, prices of things, and I think there is a problem too. You have issue with people from the local government, people from the state government, people from the federal government coming for tax. This one wants this. You see so many
issue of
bodies.
taxation is
Yeah,
high.
they come. This one say pay this, and for most of those, the money they want to get from your company is not made open. Today you hear, oh, this is this. You're supposed to pay this amount of money. Then when you not even look at it, when you tell them, oh, do you have like an act that should make us pay this money, like a written paper, they will tell you, you must pay this, you must do this, and if you're not knowledgeable enough, the people end up extorting you.
And engaging. So level of taxation is quite very discouraging.
I think we need a better plan for tax.
For tax. Because other developing countries, they make more money from tax, and it's well structured and well regulated. But the situation whereby, because recently in Wuse Market, that was what caused the fight between police and some of the traders, the issue of a lot of taxation, a lot of people coming into tax. So I think government should begin to do something about that. About the security, general security in Delta State, has the government been doing well in regarding property? Because you are doing a night business, so it means that people have to go out from their house in the night to be in your club. So how safe are Nigerians anytime they come around?
Club Bao is located in Agbo, so I would say Agbo is safe.
It's not like Akwama that is having issues.
No. Agbo is safe, and the former CDS, Chief of Defense Staff, is from Agbo. So I think we have military checkpoints almost everywhere, and the former governor of Delta State is still from Okowa is from Eka Northeast, which is
very close to the area.
So the place is secured. You see a lot of police checkpoints. The security they are doing well. We have area command there. We have army base. So they are doing well. I haven't really heard of kidnapping cases in Agbo, but I know it happens once in a while. So
it's a prevailing issue in Nigeria.
To some extent, Agbo is safe.
Very safe.
It's safe, and we are trying to revive the nightlife there.
For
Deltans. Well, if it's in Asabawari, they have nightlife there, but we cannot compare the nightlife in Lagos, Abuja to those ones in Delta.
So you're trying to give a lot of people in that community. All right, we'll go on a quick break right now. Once we return, we'll be taking a look at what can government begin to create so that there can be a conducive environment, for young people to go into businesses and for Nigerians to partake, in reforming economic sector, because quite right now, our economic situation is in a dire need for a lot of investment, a lot of inputs, and young people must be involved. And that's the reason why we're speaking with the CEO joining us on this conversation. Don't go away, still stay with us. Time for us to stay with us. I'm still having Emmanuel Leonard, who is the CEO in one of the leading clubhouses you have in Delta State, and of course is trying to compete all over, like the big Kobanas we have in Nigeria and all of that. So take a look at creating conducive environment. A lot of things young people have been discouraged. You quite had the determination because you had some level of maybe support or whatever, but staying in business and staying in business is another thing. A lot of people have started business and 1-2 years they crumble, and this has been an issue. Reason is because environment have not really been conducive for young people or for Nigerians, really, because it's not just about the young people. Every other person who goes into business, if you're not strong enough, you may begin to be discouraged. So what do you feel that the attention must be given towards that aspect?
Well, for my business especially, for what I see as a major challenge there is competition. So if you go to Agbo, if I'm talking about Agbo, let me say Eka Northeast and Eka South, you see a lot of clubs, a lot of hotels. So you now have to give out a better service and a better environment, first, you need to have lights. So if there's always light in your place, people will at least will always go there. If there is security, we'll have 24 hours police security in my club. So people will always go there. And if you're always opening in time, people will always go there. They know, oh, anytime we go there, this place is always open. So I have staff quarters where all my staff lives, except you don't want to stay there. So even if you're living in anywhere you live in Nigeria, you want to work for, you can have free accommodation. You don't pay for it. Have free accommodation. You use free lights, free water, and all of that. So we opens by 9 and we close late. So anytime you go there, the place is always open.
You have an excellent service.
And we have the police security are still living there. So what am I trying to say? You ask about the staying in business. First, you should be ready to withstand difficulties, challenges, competitions, and all of that. Because my kind of person, I believe, I don't think things will just come to you by chance. So far as money, you need to work for it. Even if other people are opening their new businesses, you need to put in more effort to make sure you serve your customers better. Once the customer service is good, people will always come back. So that's just
you are pricing that people doing business should actually go for excellence.
That is it. That is it. And I don't plan to end nightlife business. No, I don't plan to end nightlife business. Hopefully, maybe later in the future, I can bring a club to Abuja.
You'll be competing with Obi Kubana.
It's not only Obi Kubana. So many other people are doing club business. Just that a lot of people know Obi Kubana. And that, so.
Because we understand that maybe when you come, you will also come with your excellent service, and then you may become a competitor.
I'm not coming to compete. I'm coming to do my own business.
To do your business. All right, very excellent. Good to have you in assessment of the issue of inflations, and these have affected cost of drinks somehow because importation has been high, so the drinks have been quite so high, and you are now having low people patronizing because they do not have the capacity to produce that. So government must begin to do something regarding that way, so that life, because the essence of what you are doing is to create environment where anybody who is down, anybody who needs some good music can come around. But when there's no money in the pocket, you can't do that. So it means that government have a role to play trying to tackle that. Many thanks, Emmanuel Leonard, for joining us on the conversations on assessing the impact of inflation and of the policies made by the presidency towards the country's people doing businesses and young SMEs. And that's the size we'll be taking with Emmanuel. We'll do well to keep on having him more to see some of his more jobs he's doing at the club nights. And of course, we thank you so much for profoundly joining us on the conversations. We'll go on a quick break right now. Once we return, we'll still have more talks on the show.
Celebrating an icon, Joe Vicker, CEO, Joe Vicker TV. USA, the founder, President General of Igboro Ulo Na Ihunanya Development Union, on the occasion of your birthday and congratulating the entire Igboro Ulo on their 1-year anniversary celebration, commending you for your kind gesture in visiting the Owerri Correctional Center to assist the inmates in